What's up, Internet Land? Zachamus Prime, aka Zachamus Prime, here with another Transformers third-party review. Today, the figure we're going to be reviewing is the Mastermind Creations Fraudo, which is another wonderful Latin word for basically someone who lies to you, which is swindle in a nutshell. Anyhow, so this is Mastermind Creations' take on swindle. I gotta say quickly in a nutshell, he's not the prettiest figure. The prettiest iteration of Swindle. I think I'd probably go with Unique Toys on that one. He's not the ugliest either. That'd probably go with Zeta Toys for that one. But he is pretty damn clever. Um, the the integration of the combined mode features into him is not terribly complex. That's also not something I'm going to get into in this review. I'll get into that when and if I do the full combined mode review. It's not super intrusive the way it was with Volatus. I don't know. Their helicopter guy, whatever his name was. But it is there's more going on than you would expect, and I thought that was all pretty clever. And the transformation of this guy into his Jeep mode from his robot mode is also fairly clever, and it's just kind of a fun figure. Anyhow, in terms of accessories, he comes with his little weapons cluster here. You can unpeg it like this. There is a little tiny peg here. You can plug this into his shoulder. You can take this, fold that out. You've got a tab system here. Plug that into his little hand. And he's got his gun. And then this thing here, okay, I'll be honest with you. I didn't read the instructions because I don't even have the instructions. This is on loan to me. The guy who loaned it to me has it already open and didn't loan it to me with the instructions. I did find that if you go like this and go like this, you can just cram it right in here. Like so. And then close it all back up. So everything is stored. And I think that's kind of fun too. He does come with one other accessory, which is his alternate head here. As near as I can tell, this is something that is facilitated by screw. Unless it just pops off. Oh, hey, it just pops off. There's his alternate head. Let me zoom in so you can see that better. There he is with his shit-eating grin. His used car salesman look. It's like, hey, I got a bridge I can sell you. But anyhow, I'm going to leave him with his more stoic one. Put this one back in its sandwich baggie. Yeah. Eat that one for lunch later. But anyhow, there he is with all of his accessories that it comes with. This does have tabs here. These definitely look like mating features. I'm not sure exactly. It's not like that. Get your mind out of the gutter. Jeez, guys. I wonder if the guns combine to make a combined gun mode like some of the other figures do. I'm not sure. I haven't seen pictures. I do like that the little fake wheels on his shoulders turn. That's cute. And there he is from the back. Pretty clean, actually. Of course, he's not smooth. He's got a lot of, surface convolutions. But he's really clean. No, like, big, gearing, gappy parts, I like it. Anyhow, let's pull this off, and let's get into his articulation. So his head is on a ball joint. It wiggles, it looks up and down, it goes all the way around. It's a really nice ball joint, actually. His shoulder goes around, goes out. This joint on this one is particularly stiff, just this joint to go out. But it goes out full. He's got a double jointed elbow, which accounts for a pretty good range. Wrist is just a swivel here. You've got a ball joint at the base of the thumb, and then each finger is separate. Granted, he does have weird typewriter fingers, so his palm doesn't look good for anything at all except being closed or like mostly closed. Oh, hey, look at that. So much for simple hinge. That must be a ball joint with a little bit of side to side as well as rotation. Waist joint rotates as waist joints should. You got skirt armors here that go forward and allowing him to go forward that much, backwards that much. His leg goes out for a full Van Damme rotation at the thigh, single bend at the knee for about 90 degrees. His ankle has got some tiltage, some rockage, and some toeage and heelage. So, fully featured posable character. Even this little wheel back here turns. That's kind of cute. So posability on this guy is decent. Certainly everything you need. Nothing that you really don't. I like it. Alright, anyhow, let's get into his transformation. So, to get him transformed up, first thing we're going to do is we're going to collapse his fists down. Like so. This is a very standard procedure. Open up these panels right here. I don't know why I'm doing both arms at the same time when I can just do one arm and then go back and be like, yeah, we do the other one just the same. Those go in, panels close, arm rotates around and then kind of accordions in like that. Rotate, accordion. And we kind of want to put it up like this. Even though that's not where it lives when it's all done, it kind of makes things a little bit easier. We're going to take this and fold this down. This is on double hinge. It's important to keep note of the double hinges and their locations and their functions. You're going to lift this up like this. Oh yeah, let's pull that guy out. Now, these panels here, center this a little bit more. These panels here on the hood, they fold in when you put them in like that. But I found that this section here comes in contact with that, and it makes it more difficult to close this up. So if you kind of open these up a little bit so that those panels go on the outside of these wheels, this folds flatter, and this like closes in much better. So, well, yeah, let's remove this little thing as well. So, just a little tip for going into robot mode, which of course we're not doing right now. So, next thing you want to do is you want to pull this straight out. Now, this is fairly difficult, I've found. Not like Fans Toys level of frustration, but it's just a bit. There's a slider that goes in here. That goes on. Well, let's extend out his waist so we can grab it from the top and the bottom. There's a slider that goes in here. There we go. That slider is a little frustrating because pretty much all of your pressure, you get a handhold on it. Oh, he bit me. He bit me good. Pretty much all the pressure you put on it, it doesn't pull this straight out. It kind of pulls it at an angle, which makes it harder to pull out. So, again, on this side, there's some hinges. And we just kind of yank that out. You want to fold these around to the front like so. And then this panel here, this hood panel, you're going to kind of yank on it, and then it's going to come out on its own double hinge. Now you'll see that there is one single tab in here, and they only put one tab in here because if they put two tabs, that second tab would interfere with your steering wheel, so that's something to think about. So rotate this back up. It'll plug back into the corresponding tab, and that's doing good so far. You want to take these wheels and extend them up. And then you want to, there's a hinge right here. You want to rotate this around and then rotate this around, and then you'll see you've got these two tabs right here on the arm. Those are going to go into two slots right here inside that, like so. Bam. Kind of pull this little thing out a little bit. So same with the other side, rotate this around, bring that around, plug those tabs in, yoink on that little panel there, and we are getting somewhere, guys. Rotate his waist around before we get too much farther and regret life. Rotate this around. No, actually rotate it the other way. No, yeah, actually I had it right the first time. I know that needs to be rotated, so. Oh, hello. Yeah, I need to rotate this before I plug this back in. Otherwise, there's not enough clearance for the head. My bad. All right, so with all this in position, you want to take and pull out this doohickey. One of these days I got to get myself a real spudger. Like, this isn't thin enough to get in here. Pull out this panel right here. And now we're ready to put all of this back together. So you want to pull up these panels right here and here, and then pull up these panels, these little panels right here and here. You want to bring these into position like so. I rotated that waist around when I didn't need to. I was being a dumbass. You do want to make sure that you've got the waist in the right position before you start rotating anything. Otherwise, it will make things pretty much impossible, because this tab on the arm, there's this slot right here in the waist, and it goes into that slot when you seat it. So you want to plug that in and then plug in this little tab right here. And again, bring that in, make sure that seats down there, slide this in, peg that in, double hinge this down, make sure that this goes in the proper place, and then fold out. Yay, bumper. Yay. Wow, that bumper's totally made of palm. You can feel from how slick it feels. Now this panel here is going to double joint down and plug into just like that. I'll finish this up. You want to rotate these down like that. And that is the upper half of the car all done. You could probably get some pretty slick gear walk mode out of this if you really wanted to. If you think that's done, then my apologies. So you want to fold these up. You want to take these panels right here, fold them up. Oh, let me rotate this down so that you can see this properly. These panels right here. Fold these down and then take these panels right here, fold them down, and you'll see that you've got these tabs here and these tabs here. These all help keep the stuff locked into position. Now the legs are kind of particular about how they like to go in. You want to bend the knee, fold it back down so that this tab then is facing straight down, and then it just slides up, and it'll slide all the way up till this tab right here fits into its corresponding slot. So again, bend the knee, bend this back down, slide this up. Before we get this too crazy in place, let's take this little guy here and plug him in between these legs, because that's where he wants to live. Actually, you know what? In retrospect, this is probably a hell of a lot easier while the legs are already apart. Bam. What do you know? It was a hell of a lot easier. Fold down these kneecaps to make the back of the seats. Fold up his steering wheel to kind of look how it's supposed to look. Come around to the back. You want to fold these in. These in. These guys also go in to lock that stuff in place. Let's make sure that these panels get tabbed together. These panels are going to fold up. You want to fold in these heels by you pull on this, rotate it back, and then this whole section double joints back down. And it'll actually, this tab, the slot right here, will go into this tab that was at the base of the knee. In fact, realistically speaking, I probably should have done this before, but oh well. Life is a learning experience, right? And then just take these, fold them down, and there you have that in his vehicle mode. Plug in this little doohickey here. And this handle folds up, and this little doohickey here. And here he is in his Jeep mode, and he rolls, and he looks sufficiently like a Jeep. It's fairly swanky. Again, he actually has a pretty clean transformation. No obvious robot parts hanging out underneath, or from the back or the side or anywhere else. That's actually pretty damn good. There's masterpiece Jeeps that don't look as good as this, to be honest. This little panel, if you bump it, is going to want to collapse, so maybe be careful and not bump it. But yeah, looks really good. Has good paint apps, little tiny blue ones in here. Some clear parts here, the windshield. A little bit of red paint apps. Well, I guess they're more like orange back here. Purple all around on the hood. This gray on the bumper is not a paint, that's just how the plastic looks. Really good looking figure, actually. Like I said, it's not my favorite offering for the Competagons, but it's not bad. I think if you're the type of guy who didn't like the Unique Toys ones because you felt that maybe the combined mode's thighs were too skinny, or I don't know, if you didn't like that for some reason, or if you just missed out on it and you didn't like the Zeta one because it's freakishly chunky, this may be a good option for you. I'm intrigued by the what I've seen so far. I've reviewed that helicopter guy, Whirl or Vortex. I've reviewed him, and I thought that he was pretty decent, even though he had crazy muffin top. And I may actually see about getting my hands on their Blast Off to review. And I like what I see so far. But anyhow, that's... Oh, wait, I forgot to mention one thing. Plug this back in. But that's my review of Swindle. He's pretty good. Colors are good. Paints are good. Engineering is great. It's a very clever figure. But that's all I've got to say on this thing. I think it's definitely something that could easily be a lot of people's cup of tea. So it comes with a recommendation from me. But anyhow, that's it for me. Thanks for watching, guys. You guys are fantastic. And everybody be good to each other and stay awesome. See ya.